Good morning, September 10th, 2024, 9 a.m. and 11 seconds by my clock. No bumper. This is a manual show using old methods. See, I don't even have a confirmation yet that this thing is on. Is this thing on? Hello, hello. Drop frame 0. That's my first clue that we're running. Now I got that screen live, and that screen's not live yet. Hasn't got a commercial either. And Baby Beast is yammering at me. There. Baby Beast has a commercial. Hey, Doug, why is this a manual start instead of the normal bumper? Well, I had a power outage last night. Lasted about 2 hours. Came back on. As far as I knew, everything was fine. I come in this morning, start setting up the computers for the show, and everything's going fine. About 20-30
John
minutes.
Williams said, "Hello, Doug."
Hi, John. About 20-30 minutes before showtime, I realized my Stream Deck buttons are all messed up. So I restored from a local backup. I was only trying to restore the small Stream Deck. I guess I can show you what that looks like. Because the big Stream Deck was fine. So here's the 15 button Stream Deck, and it's wrong.
Rick Lake said, "Hi, Doug."
Hello, Rick. Notice over here on this button, that's that one that has that one where I would accidentally hit the wrong button because I'd be over here on another screen. I've got a couple other screens here back then, few of them. Okay, so that's the fourth screen.
Chris Garrett said, "Is this a normal stream?"
It's normal other than I have to use manual
V-Manner
methods.
said no red button.
Yeah. So if I hit this left button over here.
Official Tim Tech said, "Hi, Doug.
Hello,
Welcome
Tim.
back. We missed you so much."
Hello, Tim. Thank you. So if I hit the left button again to go to the next one, and then the left button again to go to the next one, then if I hit that left button again, which is what I did back in the days when I would accidentally end the stream prematurely, it's because that button is right there. Well, I could go ahead and move that over here so I don't do it this time. But I'm trying to do a restore operation right now. And because I don't have a local backup anymore. A while back, I had troubles with Big Beast build, and so I tried to simplify things. One of the things I did is I took out the spinning hard drive, which was there in part for my local backups. So I had a local backup that was stored manually in a different location. I brought that back, and that's what gave me the Stream Deck buttons that I just showed you. Before that, they were just all white, just no buttons at all.
John Williams said, "Restore on Patch Tuesday."
Yeah, it's okay to do that because all I'm doing here is I'm trying to restore just the Stream Deck profile folder. But when I'm doing that from a cloud backup, it takes a while. Right now, this has been running for, I don't know, 15 minutes already, not restoring yet. It's just trying to display the C drive folders and files that I can choose from. So I'm actually streaming while it's trying to do that. And I think that's okay because if I go over here to, no, not taskbar settings, I want task manager. My receive is just 2.4 megabits per second. And part of that is because I'm monitoring the stream right now. So this wait time right now is all happening on Magnus Box side. They're trying to form a directory of folders and files that I can restore. So I don't know if that'll happen during the show or not. Let's go. So I got to hit the insert add manually. And then if I come over here, so I did the Magnus Box first, and then we'll get jokes next. See, if I can actually do these modifications during the show, then I don't have to come back and do it later. So this would actually start around the 5-minute mark. Because I know that Brian's got a couple jokes in there, and I cheated. Yeah, I already looked at it. Yeah, because I've been missing the jokes. Not by Brian's shortcoming. I think I have not gone to them. Why? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, look through all this stuff. Here it is. Here's live chat. Okay. Yeah, 30-minute show now has 46 minutes scheduled. If you haven't noticed, the title of this show has changed. Overtime is imminent. Then Brian. You should always borrow money from a pessimist. They don't expect it back. You never really learn to swear until you learn to drive. Oh man, yes. I'll tell you what. Yeah, Patch Tuesday is today. Oh, such a Doug. Patch Tuesday is today. So you might get calls from people having problems with their computer. First thing you should do, ask them if there's a little orange dot or red dot in the bottom right corner and those little, where all those little icons are. Even if there isn't, restart your computer. Patch Tuesday, when the patches are in progress or sitting there waiting to be installed, waiting for you to restart the computer. They've already done the install, waiting to restart the computer. I've seen all kinds of just weird one-off symptoms that I've never seen before. Restart the computer. Restart. Let's see. I'm skimming through. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see you today. I'm seeing your names. I've got a whole bunch of topics. So, yeah, I can choose colors for Stream Deck buttons. I can actually choose backgrounds for Stream Deck buttons. Randy Israel asked that. Let's see. Where's this? Yeah, if I come over here and I can show you this here. If I come up here like to this. Over here on this, when I'm clicked on this one, I'm making changes to that button. I can come down here and set file from icon. And all I have here is a green background, a green background. Yeah, right, or a black background. Now, I don't care what changes I make now because I'm about to restore that. I could have a whole bunch of other kinds of files. I could, let's see, create new icon. I can open the Stream Deck icon library and use one of those icons. They've got tons of them. I think there's, yeah, bunches and bunches of them. See, that's just one section. Legacy icons, brand icons, and then you can, some of these you can scroll down further. See, this one scrolls down a long ways. I don't bother with that. I just like the words. All I need is the words. Use your words. Doug. So let's see, what do we got next? That was Magnus Box and jokes. Steve Mercure, Debloat Windows for all user profiles. I got a return email from him, and I want to correct a little piece there that I think you understood wrong, Steve. So I'm gonna bring up. Oops, I got to do this. Cancel out of that, and then hit that again. Now, when I hit those ad buttons, not everybody's going to see an ad, but if I hit them often enough, then YouTube won't put them in places where I don't want them. So that's why I'm doing that, and manually today. Yeah, so I'm going to take that off screen while I come up here and find Steve's email. And I've got to arrange this a little bit so that he does not, his email address does not show. I don't know whether he cares or not. I need to be diligent about not exposing people's email address. I try. Sometimes I don't do it well enough. Okay, so here's what he says. I sent him an email saying I will talk about this tomorrow because I just would try to find it yesterday and I couldn't find it. Rand Israel gave us a link to forensic.com, but it was the wrong tab in Forensic. It was the right place. The program is called DeLProf. He says, okay, sounds good. I am familiar with DeLProf. No, that's the wrong word. That's the wrong one. That's a different one. Or at least the Microsoft utility by that name. Sounds like for deleting profiles. That's not what we're looking at here. However, all I've ever used for it to remove old profiles on lab computers from my desk, I'll look forward to learning a new trick with it. No, that's not it. So I'm going to go click on this one. I'm going to take that off screen while it goes to it. And yeah. Yesterday, I think Rand Israel gave us this products tab for user profile wizard, but it's over here on free downloads. I thought he was close to it. User profile wizard, DeLProf down here. It's not user profile wizard, DeLProf. default profile, updates the default Windows user profile with the documents and settings from another user profile that you specify. You can use DeLProf on Windows 7 or copy to button, yada, yada. I'm not going to read all that. You can pause that and read it where if you want to. I'm going to go bring up some notes that I have about it. Let's see, if I would have, ideal would have been to have this set up, but since I was short on time this morning due to Windows, I think what happened is the computer had turned off because of power outage yesterday, and when it came back up, it did some kind of a partial restore of my user profile. And I think that's what messed up with Stream Deck, or maybe Stream Deck did it. That's happened before. Yeah, here's my notes on, and I got to scan over this and see if there's anything client related. I don't think there is. I didn't spot anything here. I'm going to do a search for a common client stuff that's commonly in my documents. Nope, that's not there. Okay, so I'll bring this up on screen.
John Williams said, how long was the power out?
2 hours. John, about 2 hours. Then, let's see, here are my notes. I'm not going to read through them all, but I want to point out there are some things in here that I found. If you're interested in reading my notes about my experimentation with this, you can do so. I guess it would be good for me to zoom that in a bit better. I'll go to the View menu and go to Page Width, and then turn this panel off. That makes it bigger.
Aljaz Tepej said hello at LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts and other people in chat.
Hello, Aljaz. Good to see you. And yeah, May 7th, 24, apparently the last time I was working with that. And so if you're interested in reading my notes, you can pause the video at these points and read them. I'm scrolling down to a certain point, I think. These were notes that I made for me. Now these are actually, well, are these checklist? I don't know if these are checklist capable notes. But there was also this Desktop OK software that is used for positioning the icons on the desktop, how you can save the position of icons on the desktop. Now that only works if the icons are already present on the desktop. If you have a desktop arrangement saved and then you try to restore that to a desktop that doesn't have those icons on the desktop, it doesn't bring them in. It'll position whatever it does find. There were 2 different programs for desktop icon layouts, and I think Ran Israel and Zavi Manor were the 2 that were providing those back a while back. There was some portion of notes. Okay, I've shown you this whole file. There's some part in here that I was thinking I would point out, but I'm not going to go struggling any further to find that now because I've got a lot of topics to talk about. And that was enough to get Steve, I think, on the right track. Now, what I did in my experiments with it, Steve, oh, I know the thing that
Read chat, please.
Credit goes to Zavi Manor. Rand clears that up. Thank you. Yeah, there was, I'm remembering one thing that it did not do is it did not save the security settings for Microsoft Edge correctly. So, well, okay, I'm going to give up trying to find that. But the bottom point there is it doesn't save absolutely everything that you configure on a user account. But it does do a pretty nice job of you configure a user account the way that you want, then use their command line method to save that as the default profile. After that, any new profiles you create on that computer will inherit all those settings that you saved as the default profile. If you, for instance, have the computer-wide what's that software that Microsoft has for Teams? Oh, it's called Teams. Yeah, it's called Teams. All right. Yeah, Teams use this software. What is that software called? If you have the machine-wide installer for Teams still in your apps list, then when you create a new user account, it's going to install it for that user. So when you want to uninstall Teams, you got to uninstall Microsoft Teams for that user and uninstall them machine-wide, Teams machine-wide installer, something like that. So anyway, we'll be interested to see how that works out for Steve. Let's come back to here. Start another ad. Come in here. And so that was Steve. Carl.
Read chat, please.
Carl Sagro. Let's see. Zavi Minor. In my Windows 11, I'm using Sordum. I assume, Zavi, you mean you're using that for default user, for doing a default user thing? Give me a exclamation mark Y if that's why you're using it. So that's another utility. 16, and we'll call it 30, close enough.
Read
for
chat,
Carl.
please.
Steve Mercure says, thank you. Railcon restore. Railcon restore. Okay, is that a profile tool? Icon, icon restore. Oh, it's for restoring icons. Oh, cool. All right, I'm gonna open that up and I'll explore more into that later. Sorghum, is it? Or sordum, not gum. Okay, I'm gonna move along to my next, which is Carl Sagro. Carl sent me a reply to my comments yesterday addressed to him in response to his. Oh, that was in response to, remember I accidentally blocked him from my channel, and then during yesterday's show I unblocked him. Well, he sent me a nice email here, introduces himself, and I'm gonna hide his email address. Again, not knowing whether he cares, I need to be diligent about this. Okay, so one other thing here. Okay. Thank you for reinstating me after mistaken removal from your channel. I enjoy watching and learning from your channel. I do not comment often, only when I think I have something positive to add. Thank you very much. I usually watch your channel via recorded sessions versus live, as most live sessions do not coordinate well with my schedule. I am retired from sales and design work. I have engaged with computers since the Commodore 64, both in my personal life and in business. I help most of my friends and relatives with their computer problems and have built over 20 computers. My wife says you are my twin, so I guess I am also a Doug. Now, is that a twin by virtue of our appearance or behaviors and things that we do, about how we respond to questions and want to be thorough and are bugged by certain things? I don't know what all to say, but anyway, his channel name was Sagro, something to that effect, and I thought it was a strange pronunciation. How do I pronounce that? Well, it turns out it's his name, Carl Sagro, and there was a clue in his email address that implies that he's in the Tampa Bay, Florida area. So thank you so much for giving an introduction to you. And if there's anybody else who watches these videos in replay that you would like to just be known in a similar way, send me an email. I'd love to get those kinds of emails. I have in the past kind of said keep your emails to technical things, but this would be an exception. Tell me about who you are and kind of introducing yourself. That would be great. Emails about various, news things that come along regarding computers or the world, no. What you had for lunch, no. Okay, so then let's come back here. See what I got next. So that was Carl Sagro. Aidan Standing, we got a response to him. It's 9:20, and I haven't even got to this unboxing, or as some people prefer to call it, unbagging. If we call it an unbagging, does that mean I'm going to stop once the bag is removed and not go any further? So Aidan Standing is next, and that's going to be about 2045. And I'll hit and add. I should have done that ad when I went into there. Then go find Aidan. Here we go. Let's see, I've got to arrange this so I'm not exposing his email address. Yeah, because yesterday, this was regarding the display of seconds in the taskbar. And this is, yeah, his response to what we found on the show yesterday. The strange thing is neither device is on an insider build. Both of the laptops are on public builds. My laptop is on the public preview 4112, not sure about the other one. Now, he clarifies in the next email. We found what it was is if you install the preview. I don't think he had gotten to that point when he sent this email. And he was just responding to my speculation that it might have been a preview. I mean, an insider. The only thing, I guess, is that Microsoft is trialing this change through controlled feature rollout or whatever. These two laptops ended up being test subjects. Yeah, well, we know now, and he knows that's not the case. It's that preview build, if you've installed that. Dennis, I'll get to that in a minute. I don't know if he said anything in chat. Is he even here? But Dennis Thompson is a part of this too. I've just remembered that I have a pain in the rear end laptop, which I rarely use because it has Qualcomm CPU ARM base. It's a pain in the rear to re-image, so I'll have to see if the setting moves after I update it, as it hasn't been turned on for a while. If I remember to, I'll record a clip of the video and after I update it to see if the setting moves. Now let me give you his next email because it clarifies some things here. And I cannot show this one because I can't position it to block the email. So he says I should have probably waited a bit longer. How much longer later was this? Let me look. 5:57 p.m. yesterday, and the second one came at 6:34 p.m. So he says I should probably have waited a bit longer before sending the previous email, implying he hadn't watched the video all the way through yet. My laptop is configured to automatically install preview updates, and I just realized the ARM-based laptop I was going to experiment with is also configured the same way, so I've decided to abandon the experiment. Well, that's okay, because somebody else did the experiment over here. Dennis Thompson. DDT2005, Dennis Thompson. I have lots of Windows 11 machines, so I decided to see what happens when one installs the cumulative update preview. I can confirm that Microsoft does in fact move the turning on of the seconds in the place that our contributor said yesterday. Time, language, date, and time instead of in taskbar behaviors. Today is Microsoft Patch Tuesday. Everybody will probably see the change after that. Interesting. Yeah, Microsoft Patch Tuesday today. If that change that was in the preview got confirmed to the general public release, I guess that's the right way to say it, then yeah, yesterday everybody should have that change implemented, but it's not a given that that feature will make it through to the public release. The preview build may have some things that don't make their way through. So we'll see about that. Thank you so much, Dennis, for giving us that. I very much appreciate that. Then, coming back to over here, hit another ad, go to edit, and that was Aidan Standing. So then unboxing at, let's see, 24, we'll call that 25. 10. Save that. Now, unboxing. Oh, do I have a, oh, I have an unboxing button. Yeah, right in here. So this is where we'll do the unboxing. And it is, or unbagging. Oh, and I just realized I didn't bring my knife in. I'll have to use these dull little pocket knives that everybody and their mother's uncle has. I saw a YouTube video of what's that show where people pitch their business ideas to the funding executives, and this guy was pitching his idea, and it seemed to, oh, it was sandbags. It was flat burlap things, and when you apply water to Shark Tank, thank you. When you apply water to them, they automatically inflate.
Frosty Winnipeg said Shark Tank.
Yeah, thank you. They automatically
Keith
inflate
said Shark Tank.
to sandbags. And the guy was talking about his resources for it, and he tells about a relative of his who has this facility to do them, and he explains it as this is his wife's father-in-law, and he goes on for a little bit, and then one of the sharks says, "Wait, your wife's father-in-law is your father?" And this guy, yeah, that was total BS. He was total BSing them, right? Busted. Oh, unboxing. I guess this is a much. Oh, you know what? I was thinking.
Martin Hogg said, "Hi, Doug. Good to see you looking less stressed.
Hello.
QuickBooks problem solved?"
It's solved well enough, yes. It's still stupid on QuickBooks part. But I delivered my tax stuff to my CPA yesterday. I'm trying to stop rattling this stuff when I speak. So I thought this was going to be a nice box that they covered, and you know, it might reveal what's inside. And so that would be a reason for covering it, but it's not. And I was going to kind of hide it. If it had a picture of what it is, I was going to hide it. And I did black out the address on that wrapping. Oh, look at that. A carrying handle. Well, that's different. AceMagic. So I think it was Brian that's saying this is actually an unbagging. So I guess I stop here, right? Don't go any further. It's got some AceMagic branded tape. Whoop, I guess I'm showing this side. It's got the AceMagic brand, or well, name on the tape. Yeah, that would have shown it to you. I couldn't see what I was showing you. I told my client about this laptop, and he says, yes, buy it. And it was actually on pre-order when we ordered it just, I think, a couple weeks ago. What is that doing? I'm seeing something weird on my monitoring screens right now. What in the world is that doing? All right, well, I think it's okay because I'm seeing everything come through all right. All right, so there's what it looks like at that point. Styrofoam end caps. I'm kind of peeking at it because I want to hold off on part of the reveal until I get to a certain point. So this part's okay to show. Got a clear plastic wrap over it. We may do more with this tomorrow during the show. I'm not on a time crunch to get this to the client. So I'm probably just going to get it open to show it. And then tomorrow we'll probably start it up on the show. There's 9. That's the ending time right there. Wow. I thought it would be after hours before I got to this point. Well, now this is interesting. This is like a, well, it's a cardboard box. Oh. Your work partner right there. Let's see. The letters X1. Does anybody know what that is? That would be a giveaway for anybody who knows it. A power adapter, USB-C. Random does not work when that only works when my main camera is on. It doesn't work for the unboxing camera. There was a question from Ken, I think. And it random will work in my my picture-in-picture. Your main camera was on for both John and myself. So does that mean you tried it and it didn't work when I was on main camera? All right. Correct, he says. So, what special?
Yes, affirmative.
Let's see here. What's the big deal, Doug? It's a laptop computer. Now, who knows what this is? Yeah, Ken's got it.
Frosty Winnipeg said it's got that new laptop smell, I bet.
I don't know. There's a full tab there. There we go. Yeah. That's what it is.
Steve Mercure said dual monitor?
Yep, dual screen.
Martin Hogg said another screen.
Take that guy off. And then let's see, how can I?
Aljaz Tepej said dual screen laptop?
Yeah. So it's obvious how you would use it this way. If somebody uses dual screen, but then the other thing is you could have the person sitting on the other side of the desk and they can be watching from this side. You can be watching this side. But you can't really play Battleship with it because there's no keyboard over here.
Al Jason,
No
this is
mouse.
awesome.
Yeah.
Zvi Manor said red chat in your free time later.
I will do that, Zvi. My free time. Hey, you're implying I have free time. Yeah, right. Because that's a thing. So this client, he uses two screens at the office, and he does a lot of remote work. And so on the remote software we're using, we've
Al
actually,
J said I won't be here for 2 weeks in chat. I will be in Singapore from Saturday.
well, have a great trip, Alice. That sounds great. And anyway, so he has to arrange, he has to switch between the two screens.
Martin Hogg said, I think Kerry reviewed this recently.
He did. That's how I knew about it. That is exactly how I became aware of it. I was not aware of it until he did. It was this exact model. Yeah, we'll look at this some more over the next day or two, perhaps. And yeah, so the idea of him being able to have two screens on a laptop and not have to switch between windows when he's working remotely, that is a big, big deal for him. This is just under $1,000. Purchased directly from AceMagic, and it just took a couple weeks to get here, and it was shown on their website, I'm pretty sure, as a pre-order. I think it said that. Or was that? No, you know what? I think that was another laptop. No, not true. I'm not sure. Keith just put in a link for the specs for it. I'm going to go ahead and call that a wrap. And let's see, did I cover everything? Unboxing, channel comments. We already hit channel comments because the only one there that we needed was Dennis's comment. The other one I'm holding off for later. I'm not going to do the typical end screens because I don't have my buttons for that. Let's see what, let's see how Magnus Box is doing. Nope, it's not displaying files for me yet. Oh, this is backups. Yeah, these are different backups before we get to the point of restoring. So that thumbnail is not giving me an accurate image of what's happening there. And that is the downside of trying to restore specific files or folders from a cloud backup. It's gonna take a long time. But the cloud backups protect us against if we lose our backup drives, if we lose our entire server, if we lose everything we have locally. And also if we're rotating backups, we potentially might have to and those get damaged or they're not working, might have to restore from a local backup that's maybe a few days old or even weeks old. But then the cloud backup can give us the rest of the content. So that's a thing around here. Now I got to think about how I'm going to end this show. Do I need to do any of the buttons? I think I'm just going to end the stream in OBS. 0 drop frames. Oh, I'll go take a little look at chat.
John Williams said, have a good day.
I'm just going to scroll for oranges. Yeah, I'll look at that and maybe go back and watch the video. Okay, that covers everything. Yeah, here's an email address that you can send questions to, or just introduce yourself if you're watching this video. If you watch on a regular basis, let us know a little bit about who you are. I'd love to have that.
Ran Israel said, just go biddy biddy biddy. That's all, folks.
Zvi Manor said, you can read now.
Oh, I can read now. Okay, so there's something. I'm thinking that means there is something he wanted me to see. Let's get his comments. Sortum, yeah, I saw that, or yeah, Sortum. Rel icon restore. Oh, for that, yeah, and for icons. So yeah, got that. Add seconds, no meter, Windows 11 version, or Windows 10 by changing it in the registry. It's shown in GitHub. This might be an actual GitHub, DAT file. Is that what's called? Reg file. Maybe that's what they're offering there, so that you can just import it. Add seconds, no meter. I'm not sure what I don't know what meter means in this context. I know the word meter. Okay, let's go on. By changing the registry. So yeah, any change that you make in settings, wherever it might show up, there would be a registry method of doing that.
Ron Israel said Zvi meant no matter if it would win 11 or win 10.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. I get it. Oh, no matter. Doesn't matter whether it's Windows 11 or Windows 10. Thank you for clarifying that. I was not even close. I didn't even think that might be a typo. Yeah, perfect. So because Windows 10 maybe doesn't have that option. I'm guessing. All right. Yeah. Thank you for that. There's the email address.
Levine Manor said sorry for the typo.
You're good. Sorry I didn't catch it. It should be first thing on my mind. Maybe there's a typo in there. Yeah, you send an email for questions or introduce yourself. All right. Have a good day, everybody. That's all, folks.